Hello and welcome to the EPA's monthly update on our 5 industry projects. In a few seconds, you're going to hear from our project mentors and our project leaders who will be reflecting on all the work that has been going on within our projects over the last month and what they're also looking forward to in April. This will include Project Inclusion's webinar. We need to talk about credit. That will be happening on the 22nd of April, so please stay tuned for that. This will also include Project Regulator's recent submissions to HM Treasury's consultation on crypto assets and stablecoins, and the PSR's consultation on the new payments architecture. You'll also hear about Project Open Banking's Variable Recurring Payments podcast, which has been launched today. You should be able to find that in our newsletter or on our social media channels. You'll also get some really interesting updates from Jane G, our Project Financial Crime Leader, and I will be telling you a little bit more about Project International Trade too. We've had a jam-packed Q1 at the EPA, but we're really looking forward to continuing to drive positive change in the payments industry as we continue to head through 2021.
Hello there, Josh Berle from Project Inclusion and Mastercard, just with an update on what we've been up to over the past few weeks. Well, first of all, you may have seen that we launched our report into affordable credit. Really pleased with some of the publicity that generated. On the back of that, we are organising a seminar to take place in late April, so please do look out for that. We should have some interesting panellists, some of whom contributed to the paper, and that should generate a bit of interest. In the meantime, we are progressing plans for our investigation into the evolution of lifestyle and values-based banking and financial services. That should also be really interesting. And we're also putting some groundwork into play to repeat the survey we did last year on the pandemic's impact on financial inclusion. On top of all of that, we are just looking into what scope we've got for EPA to leverage some of this to impact the wider business environment and public affairs arena in respect of financial inclusion. So that should be an interesting additional work stream. If any of this interests you, of course, please do reach out, join us. We'd love to have you, especially if you've got more ideas in respect of what we can do around financial inclusion. Thanks very much.
Hi, I am Alison Donnelly and I lead Project Regulator. This month, the team has been very busy again with consultations. So we've finalised and submitted our response to HMT's consultation on crypto assets and to the Payment Systems Regulator on the new payments architecture. Thank you very much for the team for pulling together with those responses. Plus also, we are now beginning to prepare our response to the FCA on CP 21.3, which proposes various changes to the approach document to incorporate guidance that has already been published, but also further changes to things like open banking and strong customer authentication, which is perhaps the FCA's first foray into diverging from the EU and is an interesting subject for debate. We have also been preparing for our next quarterly meeting with the FCA, which will be in April. And so very much welcome any feedback that you as members have on what you would like to say to the FCA through us. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Hugh Davies. I'm the project mentor for the EPA's Project Open Banking. It's been a busy few weeks for the project. One of the main areas of focus over the last couple of weeks and actually continuing over the next couple is responding to the CMA's consultation on the future model for open banking in the UK. So obviously a massive topic and covers some huge areas around the governance model, the funding model, and what any future entity should do, covering open banking and potentially a much broader open data future. So a lot of coordination and contribution from members to pull together the response. As I say, that's still ongoing, so we'll be continuing to focus on that for the next couple of weeks. In parallel, we've just finished recording a podcast on variable recurring payments. Is it the big game changer for open banking payments? So watch this space, listen to that podcast, that should be good. And in the next coming weeks, we will continue on the consultation and continue to refine the EPA's policy position around open banking payments and a series of actions to really help unlock the opportunity. So another busy month ahead.
Hello. I'd like to give you a quick update on activities within Project Financial Crime at the EPA this last month. We've been very pleased to see the Khalifa review, which was published on the 26th of February, and we're all looking forward to seeing which of the recommendations actually become implemented by the government. The review covered fintechs, including regtechs, and has some really significant implications because this sector is realised to be essential for the good and success of the UK economy. We're going to be looking soon at data sharing, and we will be publishing a white paper on that topic. Various countries abroad have been looking at this as a topic and getting together both private and public players in order to be able to solve the problem of which data should be shared in order to help stop financial crime. We've been looking at Oztrack's initiative called the Fintel Alliance, which has been running since 2017, and we're looking at activities here which might be similar to have the same effect. On digital identity, the government published the UK Digital Identity and Attributes Trust Framework, and the feedback for that closed on March the 11th. So there's a lot of activity on digital identity, which will be a significant weapon in the fight against financial crime. Then we have a white paper that's being published in April, which is on customer disputes, and it's a review of chargebacks and double credits. And I'd like to thank Mark McMurty for preparing that white paper. Looking ahead, there's going to be the RegTech Associates and the City of London Corporation are launching a report called 2021, A Critical Moment for RegTech, and that's going to happen on April the 16th. So I'd recommend that if you can, that you attend that launch. Thank you.
Thank you to Josh, Jane, Alison and Hugh for those updates. If you'd like to get involved with any of those projects, please do make sure to reach out. I'm now going to provide a really quick overview of our fifth project, Project International Trade, which actually held a project refresher meeting in March. At this meeting, it was fantastic to have representatives from the DIT, including several EPA members, alongside our project sponsor, Global Processing Services. And at this meeting, the newly formed team discussed the new terms of reference for 2021. We also discussed splitting the project into two subgroups. The first subgroup will be looking to engage with the EPA's joint forum with the IIF. It's called a Global Cross-Border Payments Forum, and it's just kicked off this year. And the aim of this forum is to be the private sector contributor to the broader G20 aim of easing barriers to international payments, including things like speed, transparency, and cost. The project's second subgroup will be looking at international market expansion. And by using the project's well-established network and experience gained from the virtual trade mission, which we ran in October last year, it will be creating an international toolkit for EPA members who are looking to expand beyond the UK market. Within this toolkit, we're hoping to provide some information on corporate services, regulatory authorities, key local initiatives, and other aspects of pre-market entry. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and as always, if you'd like to get involved in the EPA's projects, you can reach out to one of our project leads or our mentors, or myself at tom.brewin@emergingpayments.org. Thank you.